I saved the whole sect by playing badly. Chapter 21 Junior Sister's Mouth, Deceiving Ghost. Thunder fell on the flat ground, making a loud noise, and immediately set off billows of dust, and the power of the explosion was so powerful that a small hole appeared on the ground. Mu Chongshi took a step back in horror, exclaiming, "What an awesome bomb!" He found that this little junior sister had a lot of strange and weird things, such as this bomb, which was not weaker than Jinden's blow. Such a ferocious magic weapon. Let me try. After seeing the power, he picked up a bomb in a decent manner. Little junior sister, watch it. Mu Chongshi said excitedly. I will definitely throw it farther than you. Yi Qiao watched as he raised his arm, swung it around twice, and then threw it forward with all his strength. It was indeed quite far, 10 meters by visual estimation, with the bomb falling. There was a muffled sound of explosion, and Qin Fanfan's downed Hedong lion's roar sounded not far away. Who dares to attack this old man? Yi Qiao and Mu Chongshi looked at each other. A thought arose at the same time. Play off. Run. The two had a tacit understanding in terms of escaping, and they slipped away without looking back. After all, neither of them wanted to be imprisoned again. Qin Fanfan is taking elder son of the Changfeng sect to visit the sect. After all, everyone knows the purpose of the other parties coming here. Isn't it just to test the strength of the opposing sect? It's been 100 years since the last big competition. Although Changmingzong has always been at the bottom every time, and it hasn't changed for 1,000 years, Changfengzong doesn't know where he got the news. After hearing that Changmingzong's personal strength this year is quite strong, that's right, Cheng Fengong decided to send someone over to investigate in person after careful consideration. Elder son and Qin Fanfan exchanged pleasantries a few times, talking hypocritically while walking along the way. I heard that this year's new disciples of the Gazong have good qualifications. Elder son smiled slightly. Qin Fanfan gave him a smirk. It's overrated. Our Changmingzong will focus on participating at most this year. Elder son hid his slightly mocking expression, feeling that he was worrying too much. No one has counted the strength of Changmingzong, but if they have someone who can fight this year, Qin Fanfan will not be so ambiguous. During the chatting time between the two, they gradually walked to the back mountain, which is the only way for sword repairers to practice their swords. They just took a step, and a strange thing fell under their feet in the next second. Just as Qin Fanfan was about to say something, white smoke rose from the things under his feet, and then exploded. It literally exploded. Qin Fanfan's cultivation base is high, so he didn't get hurt very much, but the power is not small, and he saw a small hole in the flat ground. His first reaction was that someone wanted to kill him, and he immediately roared angrily, "Who dares to attack this old man?" There was no one answering in the surroundings, and the two culprits had already disappeared by this time. The elder Cheng Fengong was also frightened by this roar and gradually recovered his senses. His voice was a little trembling, and he pointed at the bomb on the ground. What magic weapon is this? Qin Fanfan was also very confused. But after seeing elder son's shocked expression, Qin Fanfan's original anger calmed down unexpectedly, and it was the first time he found some face in front of other sects. Don't think he doesn't know, because of the countdown all year round, these old men have laughed at themselves several times in private. Qin Fanfan coughed lightly, stroked his beard in an inscrutable manner, and said casually, Hey, this is just a little gadget picked up by those incompetent relatives of our sect. It's worthless. It is worthless. Little thing. What gadget is so powerful? The expression of the elder of Changfengzong gradually changed from the casual one at the beginning to seriousness and even a hint of awe. Elder son couldn't break the casserole and ask the end, so he had to reluctantly say a few words in agreement. Elder son was a little absent-minded throughout the day, and when he finally came out of Changmingzong, he rushed outside to take out the jade slips. Chang Mingzong is so terrifying this year. Elder son sent a message to his suzerain trembling. After Yi Qiao and Mu Chongxi left the back mountain together, they were still thinking about whether they could get the pistol out. Of course, it wasn't the modern type with bullets. Maybe they could try to put some other powerful pistols into the pistol's bullet clip. Things. As for what to put, Yi Qiao hasn't figured it out so far, but it doesn't prevent her from drawing a sketch of the pistol first. As a designer, she has strong hands-on ability. After drawing the design, Yi Qiao turned around and sent a sincere invitation to her downhill partner, Mu Chongxi. Shall we go down the mountain together? After all, Yi Qiao is not a weapon repairer, she doesn't know anything about weapon training, she can use her memory and books to fill bombs with materials, but pistols are such a high-tech production method that she still needs to find a professional weapon repairer. Mu Chongxi was stunned for a moment, then hesitated. We still have class tomorrow. Yi Qiao was quite calm. She showed her dimples, and said loudly, then get rid of it. Mu Chongxi's eyes lit up. Good idea. He didn't want to go to class for a long time. He was the only swordsman in Duan Yu's class before, and if he skipped class, he would be fined and locked up. It's different now that I have an extra junior sister to accompany me, I won't be the only one who will be punished. Let's go. The two of them have hot-tempered personalities. They are the type to leave as soon as they say they want to go, and after making a decision, they happily ran down the mountain together. There are all kinds of shops in Yunzhong City, which are very complete, but because it is at the foot of Warong, the price is only one word can be summed up, that is, expensive. After arriving at the shop that sells magic tools, Yi Qiao couldn't wait to hand over her design draft. Can this be done? Not many people came in the shop. After all, casual cultivators didn't have that much time to sell magical weapons for self-defense, and the bulky ones didn't care about the things in the shop, so only the boss was leisurely puffing clouds inside. Seeing what Yi Qiao handed over, the shop owner paused his hand holding the pipe, then sat up, carefully looked at the sketch she handed over, secretly surprised. What is this? Why is the shape so weird? Unlike swords and other weapons, he has been in the industry for so many years, which is unheard of. Yi Qiao said implicitly, it's called a pistol. Can this shape and structure be made roughly? It's better to store more things inside. The boss was quite interested in this. He nodded, sure, but the price? A total of high-grade spirit stones will be needed to make it. It's quite expensive. So Yi Qiao began to use her 3-inch tongue to bargain with him. Although the process was long, the result was satisfactory. She finally won it at a price of 100 top-grade spirit stones. Mu Chongxi was stunned. Every time he went down the mountain, the boss always told him how much he gave. Could it be possible to bargain? Yi Qiao seemed to see what he was thinking in his heart. Of course it can be like this. Of course, if you don't lack spirit stones, you don't have to cut them. Mu Chongxi didn't need much, but when he thought that he could obviously give a little less, he felt inexplicably unhappy for a while. Let's go. Yi Qiao asked, do you have anything to buy? Finish your shopping before going back. Mu Chongxi grumbled, forget it. I won't buy anything today. Why? Mu Chongxi clutched her chest. My heart aches when I think of the extra spirit stones I gave away. Fine. Yi Qiao understood his reluctance. If she gave away so many spirit stones for nothing, her mood would only get worse. Then let's go back to the sect first. It just so happens that I have drawn a few talismans and need someone to test them out. Yi Qiao had no experience before, and after drawing the talisman, she still tried it on herself, until she knocked a hole in the wall of the inn. Yi Qiao became a lot more cautious. After learning from the painful experience, she decided not to hurt herself. After all, why do people have trouble with themselves? She is ready to harm others. Mu Chongxi scratched his head, and asked naively, then how good are your talismans? Not many. Yi Qiao looked at him pitifully, just a few. She emphasized the words, a few sheets and nothing more. So with the idea of caring for his junior sister, Mu Chongxi believed her nonsense. Then the two stayed in the back mountain for 3 full days. Neither of them went to class. They took turns experimenting with the various talismans drawn by Yi Qiao. Mu Chongxi discovered that the mouth of the junior sister is a deceiving ghost. Fuck some pictures. Come on, fourth brother, this is the last one. Yi Qiao enthusiastically took out the last one. Don't worry, I won't make you feel bad this time, it's called Ha Ha Talisman. At most, it will make you smile. You can see that you have become a bitter melon. Mu Chongxi stayed with her for 3 whole nights. His face was pale, with a pitiful look of being devastated, and he let out a faint breath. Okay. To be honest, the little junior sister's talismans are quite interesting. It would be better if you don't experiment with yourself. After obtaining the consent, Yi Qiao couldn't wait to throw the Ha Ha talisman on Mu Chongxi. Sometimes the talisman doesn't have to be powerful, and being able to make people laugh so much that it affects the performance is also an alternative way of interference. Mu Chongxi didn't react at first, and he still looked like he was unloved, but soon, the boy raised his head and let out bursts of villainous laughter. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Mu Chongxi laughed for a long time, startling the sword repair who passed by to practice swords, and almost thought that senior brother Mu had lost his temper. Finally, she paused for a moment, just when Yi Qiao thought it was over. Mu Chongxi's ups and downs of laughter sounded again soon. Ha ha ha. Yi Qiao. Chevron _ left previous home index.